Trump's True Crimes, Episode 46, Mobbed Up Mentors. Before Donald Trump became the 45th President of the United States, his empire was built on connections that would make any mobster proud. From the back alleys of Atlantic City to the luxury towers of Manhattan, Trump's rise was closely tied to some of the most notorious figures in organized crime. In this episode, we unravel the story of how Trump's mobbed-up mentors shaped his business empire and, by extension, his political career. His connections to the Genovese and Gambino crime families, his dealings with figures like Felix Sater and Robert LiButti, and his ties to Russian mafias raise serious questions about his business practices and the price of his success. The Atlantic City Gambit. In the 1980s, Trump set his sights on dominating the Atlantic City casino scene. What seemed like a high-profile business venture quickly became a world where legitimate business and organized crime went hand in hand. Trump's casinos, the Trump Taj Mahal, the Trump Plaza, were built with the help of contractors with known ties to the mafia. This was a pattern that would define much of his business dealings in the years that followed. From skirting regulations to relying on mobbed-up labor, Trump's early rise in Atlantic City was shaped by shady deals that many are still unwilling to talk about. But even as his casinos faced financial trouble, his connections with mobsters continued to shield him from scrutiny. Felix Sater and the Russian Mafia. One of the most infamous figures tied to Trump's empire is Felix Sater. A Russian-born businessman with deep connections to the Russian Mafia, Sater played a significant role in Trump's attempt to build a Trump Tower in Moscow. Though Trump has downplayed his relationship with Sater, the reality is much more complicated. Evidence suggests that Sater wasn't just a passing acquaintance. He was actively involved in multiple Trump projects, including the Moscow deal, which raised red flags for anyone familiar with Sater's criminal past. But Sater wasn't the only one with mafia connections. Trump's business dealings spanned across the globe, with mob ties influencing his projects in ways most of the public doesn't fully understand. John Gotti's crew and the Gambino family. While Trump has repeatedly denied any substantial connection to John Gotti's notorious Gambino crime family, the evidence suggests otherwise. Robert LiButti, a known associate of Gotti, was deeply involved in Trump's business dealings in the 1980s, particularly in the development of his Atlantic City casinos. Despite being a mobster with a criminal record, LiButti played a significant role in shaping Trump's business model, helping him navigate legal loopholes, secure deals, and avoid scrutiny from regulators. The ties between Trump's empire and organized crime ran deep, and it's clear that mobbed-up mentors provided Trump with a level of protection and influence that propelled his success in ways that were anything but ordinary. The lasting impact of mob influence. Trump's early ties to organized crime didn't just fade away with the sale of his casinos or his shift to real estate projects in New York. These relationships laid the groundwork for the kinds of controversial and legally questionable practices that would define his career well into his presidency. From Russian oligarchs to money laundering operations, Trump's connection to the world of organized crime has continued to follow him, raising serious concerns about the legitimacy of his business dealings and political rise. In the next episode of Trump's True Crimes, Episode 47, we take a look at one of Trump's most personal attacks on the judiciary, the Judge Curiel smear. Stay tuned.